Friday, January 31st, 2020.
This is the last day of
Last day of
January.
January.
And it feels like spring. Not spring.
We've been cruising this
Early
morning.
spring. Yeah.
It's been a good winter weather-wise.
We haven't gotten much snow.
That's true. Mostly warm though.
Yeah. And we're happy to have a special guest and longtime student, Steve Wong, joining us tonight.
Hello.
This is Steve.
The lowest center of gravity of any human being I've ever encountered. Cannot knock you over.
I guess that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's a compliment.
leg sweeps that
Thank
would, throw someone else across the room. I can't even move you.
You are rooted.
It's great.
Yeah, very strongly rooted.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
Not this
You can
leg.
try. You can try.
This is like trying to dig out an oak tree with your foot. Not happening.
That is a
Awesome.
good compliment.
Nobody's ever called me an oak tree though, but I'll take it.
Well, I wasn't really giving it, but, all right, oak tree.
Oak
Tree
tree
Wong?
Oak tree Wong. Let's bury it in the backyard, and then maybe 30 years from now it'll be a real tree.
Oak tree, definitely a real tree. So, anyway, I guess what we'll talk to you about is we'd like to get the perspective of people who have been here for varying lengths of time, and who've been through some of the changes and the different things that have been offered here. And
That's
tell us-
Sensei Balls. There he is in the background. Sorry to interrupt. Balls. There he is. All right, continue. Sorry.
All right.
So share your Smithtown Krav Maga experience with us. What brought you here?
All right, so it's kind of funny. I've always been interested in martial arts throughout my life. I remember in the first grade I did a book report on Funakoshi and Bruce Lee from a book I had, but I never actually got a chance to go to any kind of martial arts class. So fast forward, I'm in my mid-20s, and my fiance got me a class with you, actually. A one-on-one class with Kenzo for Christmas, and I finally got to go.
Left an
and-
impression.
How did you get Kenzo into a Christmas
It was like a
stocking?
fist-size impression, but that's a good question. Maybe a shrink array or something. I don't know. But anyways, that class went well, and I loved it. And I finally found that athletic calling that I was looking for. To being able to not only get fitness routines out of it, but also to, learn how to protect myself a little bit better. So a lot of it better. So thus it was born. I finally came to class, and I've been a regular ever since. So it's been
How long has that been?
It's been about 3 years. I've been
3 years, wow.
Yeah, time flies.
It does.
does.
Wow. Wow. And you've
So
been
you were
consistent.
there like
Yeah,
right
I try.
right after I bought the school. You're one of my earlier students there, buddy.
I guess so.
All right.
Represent.
What was the last test you took?
So the last test I took was right before I got hurt, actually. It was a year and a half ago.
Oh, you do.
It was my yellow belt test. I am more than due. I'm looking forward to it.
October?
No, it was the March one. I think it was March. It was cold out.
Okay. The one at the beach?
No, it was the one here.
That was October.
Strobes and smoke.
Yeah, that was probably the
sounds,
first in the dark with the strobe
sensory
light one.
deprivation. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
it's
fun.
a great experience.
I continue to set off the smoke detectors.
Yeah, well, listen, that may happen in a real scenario.
Yep.
Entirely possible.
Alarms going off.
It's definitely disorienting.
Yeah.
For
When the
sure.
different flashes of the light in the fog, you can't tell how fast things are moving. Like you guys are sparring. You're like, oh, it's over there. Nope, baby.
Yep. 'Cause you're getting that freeze frame thing going on, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it definitely makes things harder. You just
Yeah, I
gotta
got
hit
walloped in the
sometimes.
head in a couple of strobe situations here.
You won't be the only one.
No.
That's for sure.
So, what would you say your strengths are that you gained that weren't strengths before you started training? And not just in terms of technique and physical, well, in terms of everything, including mental aspect.
Sure. So, there's so many things I could probably pick, but so just one somewhat benign example is like just telling distances. So, things are near, things are far, but then once you put it in the context of martial arts, it's like, well, the couple inches actually does make a difference of being kicked or not kicked, or being punched or not punched, and being able to develop that awareness of, distance from another person kind of was very enlightening. As far as other strengths I've gotten from here, obviously my physical prowess, if you want to call it that, so I'm able to fight longer, fight harder. Yeah. Tell my wife that, please.
If you're watching, he's rooted.
You're a lucky girl.
He's rooted.
He
He brings the stability.
Thank you. So yeah, that's a big piece. So I can move faster. Not that I'm particularly fast and hit harder, but I've tried to maintain my balance a lot better than I've been able to. So before I started here, and I played football for years in high school, but, you know, you can only get hit from the front and be okay, but from the sides, it's not great. But now I can, you know, root myself well enough where I can get kicked from the side and get kicked from the front. Not that I want to get kicked, but, you know, I'm a little bit more stable on my feet. So, yeah, you know, a lot of perception, a lot of physical ability, that's all things I've done.
Spiritually.
Spiritually. So it's funny you say that, because ever since the first class, it's like there was always something that I've wanted to do with my life that I thought was out there. I thought it might be martial arts, but until I actually got a chance to do it, that first class with you was like, oh, that's something I've been missing for my whole life. And I've always wanted to try something like this. I've always wanted to do something like this. And now I'm doing it. And now I'm loving that I'm doing it. So, yeah, it's something I look
Self-discovery
forward
comes
to.
at any point in life,
Absolutely.
you know, any point in life.
Hopefully
Never
it
too
happens
old to do
throughout
anything.
Your entire life.
Yeah,
That
and
makes
that it's
it
always
exciting.
something else. That's the great thing about martial arts, because it's, you know, every day that you step on that deck, or every day that you live with a martial arts concept or mindset, is self-discovery.
Absolutely.
You know, in everything that you do. So that's what we hope, I think, that people take with them from here as well.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's everybody has good classes and bad classes, and good days and bad days, but
Yeah, you
every
wouldn't be
single
human
class,
if you didn't.
yeah, every single class I walk away with something where I'm like, I need to research this a little bit more, or let me think about this more, and I always leave with something on my mind that I got to think about. It's a good, in a good way, you know.
You learn about yourself, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys both experienced this. You headed to class one night and you're like, yeah, I feel good. I'm going to just blow it up tonight. I'm going to be. And next thing you know, you through the warm-ups and you're sucking wind and like, what's going on? Oh, I shouldn't have had that big lunch. Whatever. Things
Yeah.
don't turn out the way you think. And then there are other nights where you drag your butt here and you think it's going to be a disaster, and nothing goes wrong. I mean, everything feels right.
Yeah.
You know, you feel light on your feet. You just get into the right headspace, and you focus on your training. So it's that kind of self-discovery too. Everything around, I think, what we do here is cause to think and cause to analyze and cause to, knowing yourself, I think, helps you judge the world better in the situations that you're in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And those are the funny days where you come in thinking it's going to go good or bad, and then anything can happen, you know?
Those are the days you grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we always joke, but you know, you learn more from getting hit
That's a fact.
Yeah.
than
Pain
not
is a good
getting hit.
teacher.
I mean, that first shot in the head, that, you know, makes
First
the room
shot to the
flash like a
nose that
TV.
really hurts. That's the one that sucks.
Yeah.
That first hard nose shot, you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
I believe
What
Mike
was
Tyson
that?
said, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
It's true. Or how about that little flash where like the cable goes out for a second, the picture goes like this.
Oh, I remember my first time.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wait, whoa, I'm 3 steps from where I remember being a split second ago.
At least for me, when I first had that, I was so intrigued. I was like, I could do that one day if I practice hard enough. I can
Yeah.
do that. That's amazing.
You know? Excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Yeah, man. Finally got you on video.
I know,
Yeah,
it's been very
it's
hard
been
to
a long
Tried a
time
few
coming.
times.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
We
Yeah, bro.
love having you in class too. And,
Thank you. I love having
you're
you guys
always
teaching
fun
me.
to train with, you know, and you can take a punch and you can take a kick and you can give back really,
And
really
you are
good.
rooted.
Yes,
right.
and you're
That's right.
rooted, so.
Balance.
$1 to the first person that sweeps me
There you
from
go.
standing.
Ooh, $1.
I think we have a
challenge.
taker over there. I owe you. I owe you.
It's gonna be
Well, if
sneaky.
anyone's gonna do it, it would be Sensei Raul.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh, you get $1. All right, well, when it happens, we'll let you know.
Yes, it'll happen tonight, I think.
Well, all right, we will see you next week.
Oh,
And
Kenzo bounced early,
starting
sorry.
tomorrow, 9:30 Saturday class is with me. So
That's all right. This guy.
Hope to see
Sensei
you
Nick.
guys there.
Be a
You know,
great class.
Sensei on.
Definitely come down and learn from this man.
I'll make you sweat.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll see you next
you
time.
then.
See you guys. Thank you.